Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Royal Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, we had two new warriors age up in the clan, and one of them received the title of the Ghost Prince, Ghostfeather, who is hanging out with Littlestorm in the clearing. And then we have his brother, Foxclaw, who's down in the warrior's den. Now, that aside, we are going to have an exciting episode this time around because Magpie is going to be ready to give birth to her and Flailstorm's kids. I am hoping that it is going to be at least two or more, which, I always do, but the bigger the litter, the better. Not only that, it would be nice if we had some females, because we literally have not had a princess. We've had so many princes. Not a single princess has managed to graduate into being a fully fledged warrior. So I hope that we're able to change things around, of course. Not only that, typically, even if we had, in terms of clan growth, it would actually be better if Magpie had sons, and then we can just bring in a servant clan member, elevate them to nobility, and continue growing the clan so we can make another match. But if we have girls that are born, we'll have to wait 12 moons before we can have them grow up and make a match. However, even though it's better for growth if she had sons, we can't, it's not an option either, because like I've showed you guys, we don't have any eligible females in Servant Clan to bring in anymore. So unless we find more females, we're kind of stuck. So we are actually reliant on Magpie giving us a daughter or daughters. Things are dire, guys. Things are looking pretty dire. But okay, let's head over to the leader's den and see how King Fernstar is going to handle the next gathering. Okay, I got a 6 on the D10, so that's Ice Clan. And we have a 6 on the D8, which is Praise. And time for the moment of truth, guys. Let's go ahead and skip a moon. At the gathering, King Fernstar tells Ice Clan's leader that he thinks Ice Clan looks stronger than ever. Ice Clan relations have improved. Magpie is so grateful that her adorable single kitten, is here. Both thrilled to meet them and thrilled that Flailstorm can take a turn parenting while Magpie finally takes a little break from the stuffy air of the nursery, and Frostfade has recovered from his sprain. Just the one, kitten! Just the one! When we need more, we need more. Okay, let's take a look at this little one. Oh, that looks so cute. That is a very cute kitten. Definitely looks different from both parents. But a male! Okay, Freeze Kit. I see you. Screw the princesses. This clan is not a clan of princesses, it's a clan of princes. So we have a know-it-all male with dark blue eyes and a mackerel pelt, so he got both of those from his mother. But I think he has more the coloring of his father. Although, his father looks like a purple cat, but he counts as a light brown cat. And Freeze Kit, I actually don't mind the name Freeze Kit, because it is winter. He was born in Leaf Bear, so I kind of like that they call him Freeze Kit. What's his descriptor? A brown tabby tom. Okay, so he gets the tabby from his mother, but he gets the brown from his father. Sometimes, though, I have had kittens that look very different when they're newborns, and the appearance changes quite drastically when they turn 1 moon old, so we'll have to see how he looks. But regardless, I'm happy that we have Freeze Kit, and it seems as though in the future, if he survives apprenticehood, he is going to be the Freeze Prince. But that is pretty cool. I'm excited for him to have joined us. His coloring looks a lot like Scorch Moss, doesn't it? It does. He looks a lot like Scorch Moss. But both his parents, actually not both, his father had gold eyes, but he did get his mother's blue eyes. I feel like this clan has a lot of blue-eyed cats. Is it only me? I suppose we have blue-eyed, cyan-eyed cats. I suppose we do have the green eyes with Foxclaw, and Ink Feather and such. Frostfade, he's got the green eyes too, but he's got emerald. Yeah, okay. We've got a mix now, but I feel like we've had a lot of blue as well. We have Sunlit Ice, a ton of that. Bear Pelt, Shining Stripe, Who else? Ghost Feather. In terms of blue eyes, though, Freeze Kit. We've got Quill Runner, Magpie, Flare Freckle. Yeah. I guess we have a nice spread, don't we? But blue and green eyes in general seems to be the major thing. Whereas I feel like in previous clans I've played, like Luminous Clan, I think we tended to have more like silver eyes, bronze eyes, yellow eyes. Those are the kind of colors we're working with. Okay, well guys, this is an interesting predicament for the clan because it does mean that we actually, within the clan itself, but outside of the clan as well, have literally no females for breeding. Like none. Inside the grotto, outside the grotto, there is nothing. So we actually need to find more females. Like it is ridiculous. We need to find more females with clean family trees so that we can like breed them into the clan. We're kind of stuck in terms of growth. We're kind of stuck. And this is not something I thought I'd ever have to contend with. It was never a problem in the Luminous Clan. We never had, gender was never a problem in Luminous Clan. We never had a shortage of males or females. And once we couldn't breed within the clan anymore, we had like a ton of outsiders to bring in. So things are interesting. You know, I feel like I have to point this out, but because I have like a certain way of playing, I have a certain setup, the same setup I do for every series, it's very interesting to me when I start off at the same spot and I have the same framework I use, but I end up in very different places with the different clans. It's just so fascinating to me to see us start in the same place and end up somewhere else, you know? Like this is... Nothing that's happened here is the same as the journey we took in Luminous Clan, but both clans started with the same setup, and I played using the same rules, just a different storyline, but they've ended up in different places, which was so fascinating to me. And it's kind of exciting too. But okay, let's continue on with the Medicine Kitten. Flailstorm was given Ragwort as treatment for running nose. Frostfade was given Elder Leaves as treatment for sprain. Frostfade recovered from his sprain. Icicle Speck could not find any herbs this moon. Now let's see the relationships. Flailstorm won't give up a warm, sunny spot for Fernstar, King Fernstar, not even for a minute. I feel like Fernstar has been making a lot of efforts with Flailstorm, but I don't know, maybe Flailstorm is still a little bit sensitive around King Fernstar? Knowing what Fernstar... Like, knowing the way Fernstar treated him, but also maybe blaming him for the betrayal that Buttercup Finn had at the very end. King Fernstar, Bearpelt, and Ghost Feather had a nice talk while eating. Shining Stripe lets King Fernstar know that a clanmate was talking badly about him. Frostfade takes the sunny spot that Scorchmoss was about to lay in. Scorchmoss thinks Icicle Speck was nice to her today. Icicle Speck points out a constellation to Fernstar, King Fernstar. Frostfade keeps making excuses about something Icicle Speck wants to know. Flailstorm is checking on Inkfeather. Flailstorm gets a bunch of cats up for morning stretches, they don't like it. Flailstorm thinks that Ghost Feather smells nice today. Shining Stripe thinks Icicle Speck is really funny. Okay, these two mates are spending time together. I feel like Shining Stripe has been emotionally quite cold, giving Icicle Speck the cold shoulder lately. But maybe he is warming up a little bit. Ghost Feather compliments Shining Stripe's name. Flare Freckle chats quietly with Quill Runner while they're both on camp guard duty. So some mother-son bonding over here. During a hunting patrol, Flare Freckle and Ghost Feather share a piece of prey that is too small to bring back to camp. So again, Flare Freckle and her former apprentice are spending time together. And, I mean, from her perspective, I feel like she's been a really good mentor. But from what we saw with Ghost Feather, he just always assumes the worst of Flare Freckle and he's unable to see, I think because he has it in his head, that his siblings were more special than him. He's never able to see her effort towards him, for his sake. But it's good to know that they're not avoiding each other. Maybe he'll grow out of it now that he's a warrior himself. Bepeld tries to find Scorchmoss to apologize for something, but finds it playing with a clanmate. Bepeld has a mock battle with Foxclaw. Magpie goes for a nice long walk with Foxclaw. Magpie appreciates Freeze-Kit's helpful attitude. Obviously, because Freeze-Kit is an only child, both his parents are going to dote on him. Like, he is the favorite child, he's the only child. So, that's kind of cute. Some mother-son bonding time. Inkfeather pretends not to see Freeze-Kit cough up a hairball. Inkfeather shares a bit of shelter from the rain with Ghostfeather, her favorite son. That's really cute, mother-son bonding. Quillrunner and Flailstorm chat about clan news. Frostfade poses a crazy theory to Quillrunner and they chat about it for a while, so these brothers are spending time together. Foxclaw sees Magpie being gentle with an injured bug. And the silence between Ghostfeather and Magpie feels more uncomfortable than usual. Okay, so that's all we have for events. Let me cut the recording here and we'll continue with the cat list. Okay, it is time for us to continue with the cat list. So let's get on with it. Starting off with loyalties, we have had a bit of a change. So I think it was Magpie who's no longer a loyalist of King Fernstar, probably because the excitement of Ghostfeather and Foxclaw becoming warriors, it's like done, over and done with. So Magpie doesn't feel the need to chummy up to the king anymore. So there is that. In terms of relationship panels, there was one thing I noticed, which I'll talk about when we get to the cat, but King Fernstar, this is his page 1, page 2. Flailstorm, this is his page 1, page 2. Icicle Specs, page 1, page 2. Ink Feathers, page 1, page 2. Bear Pelts, page 1, page 2. Shining Stripes, page 1, page 2. Flare Freckles, page 1, page 2. And Magpie. So this is where I noticed a change, because Magpie had a romance gain for Foxclaw. She's got 2 bars of romance for Foxclaw, which is more than she has for Quillrunner. And I noticed that Magpie, her personality changed from loyal to righteous. Now I think what's happening is that Magpie, even though she started in the same place as Inkfeather, she's having a different sort of arc, I think. With Inkfeather, she kind of stayed loyal to the king and she fell in love with him, and even though that didn't give her the return that she wanted, she has maintained that version of herself, being devout to the king. Now Magpie, I think, seeing the way Inkfeather has ended up and the way Inkfeather's treated, I think had a switch within herself where she felt as though, you know, no, I'm not going to do the same thing. I'm not going to do a repeat of that with Flailstorm. I need to do what's right for myself and what's right for my son. And that might not be following Flailstorm's lead. And I think we saw a little bit of this when, after the birth, she kind of felt as though the nursery was stuffy and she kind of just wanted to get out and give the responsibility for a little bit of being a parent to Flailstorm. And I imagine that some of the cats in the King's Court might not approve of Magpie leaving Freeze-Kit unattended so soon after, like, his birth, even if Magpie needs some fresh air, she needs some time away from the nursery to, you know, stretch her muscles and such. And so she probably came out of the nursery, saw Foxclaw, and Foxclaw, being a sneaky cat, maybe offered to help her sneak out of camp so that she can get some fresh air. And Magpie then went on a long walk with Foxclaw. And that was, I think, the first time since she's come into the grotto that Magpie has felt a sense of thrill. And I think because of that, she started seeing Foxclaw in a different light. So I think that's what's happened with Magpie. But this is at page 1 and page 2. Frostfade, his page 1 and page 2. Quillrunner's page 1, page 2. Ghostfeather's page 1, page 2. Foxclaw. Now if you look at Foxclaw's relationship with Magpie, obviously he didn't have like the same reaction. From his perspective, he was just helping a cat that just gave birth, one of the she-cats, one of the nobles. He was just helping her get some fresh air. So he didn't think much of the help that he did and the walk they went on, aside from the fact that, you know, it was a good walk. But for Magpie, that meant a lot to her. Getting away from the nursery for a little bit, getting some fresh air, away from the other cats in general, it just meant a lot to her. So Foxclaw, you know, he's kind of innocently doing his own thing, but Magpie, she's seeing him in a different light now. So that's kind of very interesting. But he's page 1 at page 2. Scorched Moss is page 1 at page 2. Then we have Freeze Kid, of course, who for now, this know-it-all little kitten, for now only has exposure to his parents. But that is all we have for the relationship panels. Let's go ahead and see what everyone is doing for the day. King Fernstar curses a squirrel that just barely got away. Flailstorm is careful not to stand under branches with snow on them. Icicle Speck isn't sure he should be idling around at the moment. Inkfeather purrs as she listens to Foxclaw talk about nothing in particular. That's adorable. She's listening to her son talk. Bearpelt play fights with a Shining Stripe, just like old times. I love it when these two spend time together. Shining Stripe tries to set a good example for younger cats. Flare Freckle can't wait for New Leaf. Magpie is thinking about a strange two-leg object she saw recently. Frostfade wants to climb the tallest tree in the territory. Quillrunner plans to visit the medicine cat. Again! He was helping out Icicle Speck in the previous episode. Now he wants to go see the royal physician again. He keeps making excuses to spend time with Icicle Speck, and I'm worried at this rate he's actually going to fall in love with him. But all I see is tragedy on that front. Ghostfeather slipped on some ice hidden under the snow. Foxclaw is a bit annoyed today. Scorched Moss is grateful she has lived so long. Freeze Kid snuggles up to the belly of Magpie. And I'm very excited to see how Freeze Kid looks when he opens up his eyes, because I feel like the eyes kind of change their appearance a lot, but the dark blue is really pretty. And I want to see his coat more as well. I like the browns. I find browns to be very pretty. But okay, now that we've wrapped the cat list up, let's go ahead and see what's going on in patrols. Okay, let's resume with our patrols. We currently have 57 prey and we need 35.5. So we don't have to worry about food or hunting. We'll send off our royal physician first to see what he gets up to. Icicle Speck finds a nice spot to sun himself. Proceed. The sunlight feels great. However, Icicle Speck presses on, wanting to be able to take care of his clanmates. Wild Garlic and Juniper were gathered. For a second I thought he would laze around, but no, he is responsible. And we're going to have a patrol of 6 and a patrol of 3, so let's see who the first big patrol is. So we have, in the patrol of 6, Bearpelt, Frostfade, Shining Stripe, Quillrunner, Flailstorm, and Ghostfeather. Let's see what they get up to. And oh my goodness, if we find potential servants, we need potential servants for Servant Clan. We need female servants specifically, please. While on patrol, Ghostfeather notices some suspicious paw prints in the mud beneath the canopy. Proceed. The paw prints lead to a trespassing rogue. Quillrunner throws himself at the rogue, hissing furiously, but this is one battle-hardened trespasser, and Quillrunner isn't as good of a fighter as he'd like to think. The rogue escapes his grasp and runs off further into Royal Clan territory. Oh no, Quillrunner did not perform that well, but I'm pretty sure Quillrunner, his strength, if I'm not mistaken, is fighting, I think. So, that would have been so embarrassing for him. And then we have Foxclaw, Flare Freckle, and King Fernstar heading out, so let's see what they get up to. The patrol comes across a large rat. It's too busy digging around in a frozen pile of foul two-leg crow food to notice the approaching patrol. Proceed. Flare Freckle kills the distracted rat easily, but King Fernstar points out the putrid scent. Royal Clan could use the prey, but it isn't safe to risk sickness. Flare Freckle cocks her head. If they aren't going to eat it, can they at least name it? Before King Fernstar can figure out how to reply to that, Flare Freckle touches her nose to the body of the rat. Henceforth, this rat will be known as Stinky Rat, honored for its stinkiness. Stinky Rat, Stinky Rat. Oh, Flare Freckle, you are such a character. That was so funny. I was a little bit worried, quite worried in fact, because the rats... I've actually never had a cat eat one of these rats. Like, I've never had that, or in a lot of cases like hunt them down. But by all, you know, like whatever I'm seeing, by all means, it seems as though these rats are always going to be like sick, dangerous, poisonous, not good to eat. So that's kind of intriguing. It's kind of intriguing. Nobody's been desperate enough to actually take on those rats and like consume them. The only things that we've been in danger of consuming have been the rabbits with the tremors. But okay, that's all we managed to get done. Unfortunately, we did not find anyone. We came across a rogue, but still, we didn't find anyone that we could bring into 7th Clan, which makes me kind of sad. But okay, it seems as though, guys, that is all we managed to get done this time around. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.